guys, welcome back. We're back. Hey, we're drawing and sketching and doing our things, trying to catch up on some stuff. I was working on a couple of some extra things. Maybe we'll work on this a little bit more tonight. Maybe these will be part of our thing for the evening. Let me see here. Oh, I don't like that song. Yeah, put something in the background. Yeah, really light, just so it's not completely quiet. Hope everybody's doing okay. It has been a rough couple of weeks, but we're doing okay. Finding out more information on our brother Chet, making sure that his arrangements are being taken care of, and all that good stuff. Had some talk with his family, his aunts, kind of taking the lead on things, which is good. Make sure family is all involved in everything, and we move on because you know what? He would slap me in the back of the head if I didn't, and that's the way it should be. So let's see here. We got some things here. Let me get on the right spot here. All right, excellent. Oh, let me put this up here. Getting used to my buttons all over again. Yay. All right, turn that off, turn this on, turn that off. All right, okay, let me go to the comments and see who's hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate you guys. Ken, what's up, dude? Evening, gents. Excellent. Courtney, what's up? Saying hello to everybody. Very, very cool. Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. That's awesome. Ken Albury, what's up, man? Good evening, my good friend. Maurice, what's up, dude? Saying hello to everyone. Very, very cool. Some person, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Saying hello to all. You rang. Mystery box, Kevin. I know that's really you. A couple of the names, like I remember that Kevin is Mystery Box. I see a bunch of raving pervs all in the same room. TC Mech saying hi to everybody. TC Mech. All these little different names. Remind me again who you actually are, TC Mech. My goodness. I'm getting used to the new names. I know, like 2 weeks go by or a week and a half goes by, and my memory goes to crap. Marie says, then stop staring in the mirror. Yeah, pervs. Kevin saying hello to Courtney. Very, very cool. Some person says, what you see is your reflection, Kevin. Maybe we're in a funhouse full of mirrors. Look at that. Something magically delicious. It is magically delicious. Yeah, here's some pieces that I was working on. Working towards a completely different project. So these are pieces that were not being used, but it's like, you know what? I finished them up a little bit, and maybe we'll use them tonight. I think that'll be where they'll get some good use, have some good fun. Kevin says, is it just me, or does magic have a way of ruining clothing? It does in our universe. 100%. Some person says, I know, yeah, she learns the breast enlargement spell. What was that one, that SNL skit? Frick, who was it? The Parent Trap chick. Forgetting the name of the actress. Huh? Actress that was in The Parent Trap. Forgot her name. Redhead? Yeah, the star. Lindsay Lohan. Thank you. Oh my gosh, what a brain fart. Anyways, that SNL skit where she's basically does that breast enlargement spell in front of the magnifying glass skit was pretty funny. Yeah, Ken Albury says, I was hoping to make it home from Grit City Con in time to join the chat last week. It was a little bit more somber last week. One of our own, our good friend Chet, passed away almost 2 weeks ago now. So it was very, very somber last week. So we're still dealing with that and still coming to terms with all that good stuff. trying to make sure that his wishes are being carried out, and we set up things the way he would like. Kevin says, sends Bill Marsharp a slap upside the back of the head just for good measure, just as Chet would like. we are definitely carrying on his wishes. Ken says, abracadam. Nice. I think I read that exactly correct. Kevin says, I hope she shares that spell with other women. Well, she is sharing. I always say her name wrong. Hermione? Hermione. It's Hermione. Ken Albury says, I was able to introduce myself as Ken Omega in real life on Saturday. I spent some time chatting with the folks at the Committed Comics booth. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So you got to talk to Tom. Now Tom knows who Ken Omega is in real life. That's awesome. Let's see. Kevin says, a bra won't fit you? Oh my gosh. I knew it. Okay. It is Mighty Geek. Thank you so much, dude. I hate forgetting like the little things. Like I'm already remembering like the name to the profile ID as it is, but now it's like a different name to the different profile ID to the person. All right, thanks, dude. Mighty mascots indeed. Maurice is laughing. Ken says, yeah. Did you meet Tom? I'm sure. Yep. Some person says, I hear a cat mouse. Hello, cat.
Hi.
Some person is saying hello. I hear cat back there. You might hear some typing. She's working on some stuffs. Mighty Geek says, some spells will burn clothing. Yes. That's hot. Christopher Bouchard, hey, my friend. Glad you're hanging out with us, dude. Says, hello, my friend. What is the drawing today? Well, I got a couple of layouts that I was working on for something else. Project I can't really talk about at the moment because it's currently being worked on. But these were two pieces that were not being used, so I went ahead and kind of finished them up a little bit, and maybe we'll add a couple little elements to them. We'll have these as two of our sketches for tonight. So I've got this cool, and then we're approaching Christmas, so why not? So it's got this evil witch here. We got this chick, and I won't say who the inspiration is for this character, but I think we all know. Rhymes with Hermione. I say it wrong every single time. Hermione. It's Hermione. Thank you, Kat. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, dude. That's awesome. Let's see. Kevin says Ken is the Omega Man. So, what does the end of the world bring to us all? Ken Albury says, yes, I met Tom. I picked up Dark Seas number 1 and 2. Awesome. Thank you so much, dude. I also insisted I be considered for an alternate cover for the next campaign. Excellent. That's cool. Tom is the man to talk to for such a thing. That is excellent. So maybe Ken Albury will be joining the Cyber Angel universe for an alternate cover at some point in the near future. That sounds like a good deal to me. That sounds good. Yeah, I hope Tom hooked that all up because he is the master at he's the master of arms at Committed Comics. He's the man. Ken says, expecto Herclosopho. That is the spell. Ken says, I gave him a copy of She-Newt number 9 with the Newt cover. Good. That's awesome. I'm sure he liked it. That's going to be good. Mighty Geek says, let's see, TC Max 79 was the first name I used for my account. That's funny that it only did it with select, unless everybody only had like one account name. Maybe only those of you who had a different name before. Like, so I don't know how StreamYard picked his. I know Kevin's other name, like it wasn't Mystery Box before. It's weird. It's weird how it works. Between the algorithms and this, they're trying to throw me off, man. Oh, Ken says with the mouse cover. I mean, okay, cool. No, that's awesome. I'm glad that he saw my cover on the book. That's awesome. That way he sees that we're already involved, man. We're already doing creative stuff together. So that's good. Let's see. Kevin says, "Oh, witchy woman, yes." Let's see. Where's her hiney? That art needs a mirror to show her backside. Oh, you know what? That's actually a pretty funny idea. That's actually a pretty funny idea. I like that. Yeah. Well, let's break out the Japanese pencil. There you go. Let me put it up to the light here. There you go. Now you can see it a little bit better. This is the Ken Alpha pencil. All right, so let's see. A mirror in the background will be perfect. Draw a little bit of a frame up here. Maybe have something. And all the pieces tonight, basically going to plan them out just like these. You know, we'll pencil them and then with the intention of inking them afterwards. All right, so we got our, here we go. Let me get this white piece of paper. We'll concentrate just on her hiney for tonight. That's a good idea. Now we'll keep this safe for YouTube. But if somebody bids on this piece, and if somebody bids on the piece and wins this piece, then of course you have the option of having it lean a little bit more, not safe for work. And then we'll just take it from there. So if that's the case, let me see. Her little cape, I'll take it off to the side. There we go. Got the top of her head. Get her hair hanging off here like so. Make sure her shoulder's still there. It's a good idea, senor. All right, so we got the top of her skirt. Get some more light in here. There we go. Okay, got the top of her skirt right here. We can have the skirt like somebody took a bite out of the skirt. That'll be funny. I'm glad you came up with that idea, dude. I actually wouldn't have come up with that. That's good. I'm glad you're thinking outside the box. And it goes along with her name just right. All right, got this like this. So let me erase this little piece here. That way we can fit maybe a little bit of the reflection of her shoe. Maybe the bottom of the mirror is flat. It's sitting on the floor or something. All right, let me just get her other shoe on here and then we'll get back to the chat. Make sure that we don't miss anybody. It's just all shadow down here. I love this idea. Excellent, dude. Let's see, and then this is the exact element I needed to complete this piece. And then we'll have a drop shadow back here. Nice. That's perfect, yo. All right, let me catch up with you guys. Oh, I gotta scroll up. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's see. Ken Albury says, no. It's only Ken Omega because I found Ken Beta offensive. No end of the world stuff. I promise. Let's see. Kevin says, I have met Tom too, and he won't soon forget me. I know. Ken says to his chagrin. Mighty Geek says when you change your name, the channel link doesn't change. Weird. You figure it would just change across the board. There's always a glitch somewhere. There's always a little thing. Let's see, mystery box. Kevin says it's YouTube that altered the usernames. I have always been mystery box here, but I had the option to use my name until something happened here recently. I will blame YouTube. Ken says the mirror image should be butt ass naked, and it very well can be, depending on who wins the piece. That would be a very good option. Paul, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Saying hey to all. Very, very good. We're having some fun tonight. Kevin says, mirror, mirror on the wall. Whose hiney is the best of all? I'll give you 2 points. I'll give you 2 points for that one. Ken says, we poor fed employees finally got paid. I'm ready to bid. Excellent. We welcome you, Ken. Kevin says, bid high, but you have to make it a funny bid. It's true, we do have funny bids. I do like the collection of funny bids that we get. Ooh, speaking of which, I'm going to get... I just need to make sure I had some extra paper right down here. All right, we're good. Excellent. Ken Albury says, who is biting skirts? Likely Peeves' cousin, Pervs. Ken says, hope the shutdown didn't mess with you too much, Ken. Yeah, I know. The shutdown was crazy, dude. The fact that it lasted so long, too. Freaking. Some person says, as for my name, I am Legion. Courtney says, at Kevin, witness protection. They set him up with all the fake papers. They put him in the trunk of a car, drove out to the woods. They named him Samuel. Let's see, Kevin says, I like that the mirror will show her in her truest form. Yes, I like that too. Let's see, some person says, being a magic mirror, someone will be in there peeking. Yes. Ken Albury says, let's see, it wasn't awful as we knew it was coming. Home loan companies accepted a late payment with no issues, so we're back to normal. That's excellent, dude. I'm glad somebody was looking out. You know, it's like make it easier anyway on any level. That's got to be really, really greatly appreciated. That shutdown would like mess with your whole routine, mess with your whole budget and everything. Kevin says, you are Legion? That sounds like a disease. And I am Groot. Yeah, Ken is agreeing. That's good. Awesome. Well, I know that her hiney, that's the name of this piece now. I know her hiney is all, that's set. I love where that ended up. That's in a perfect place. So I'm going to leave that as is. And if we want to do something, I think this one is pretty good right where it is, but you know, we have ideas, we have things, we have free will. Maybe there's something you guys would like to do to this one to kind of change it up a little bit. We like to personalize our art, make it personal to the show. Some person says I have an infectious personality. I got you. I caught you. Now I have you. Mighty Geek says, this would have been a great face-off with Zatanna. Oh, that would be a great face-off with Zatanna. Maybe we should add Zatanna to this piece. What do you guys think? Face-off? Or... I don't know, man. I like the idea of Zatanna. Battle of the Hats. Battle of the Gorritos. Sorry, I had to. That's for my Puerto Rican fans out there. Los Gorritos. All right, so let's see where she takes up so much of the image. Let's see how we could fit Zatanna in here. Why not, is what I say. Erase a couple of these little marks here. I'll try to keep the Christmas tree a little bit. Let's see, like this, like this. Ooh, this could work. This could work. All right, you guys are putting images in my brain. Let's add Zatanna to this. Yeah, for some cover work, I'll do the layout on the iPad. Just do a digital layout, just so we can kind of figure out just where things might generally go. But I don't know. I still like doing layouts better on paper, so that way, even if it doesn't get used, like we can still have fun with it, you know. So thank goodness this was one that I left on real paper. We'll put a little mischievous look on her face. We'll see what's going on with her here. Yeah, I'm super happy that that Saturday is here, so we can hang out for a few minutes, have a little bit of fun, get away from everything for a few minutes, a little escapism. I look forward to it every week. I look forward to it. Let's see what Zatanna's up to. You being a mischievous little magician. Yeah, I'll have her looking down. She's trying to look down her shirt. What the hell? Now, if whoever wins this wants it to lean a little bit more not safe for work, we'll also make that an option for tonight. So that way they can get into more dangerous fun. Let's see, I like Zatanna's hat. All right, let me just get her kind of positioned a little bit, and then I'm going to jump back over to the chat and make sure that I don't fall too far behind with you guys. Always love drawing Zatanna. Alright, just gonna fill this in here. We know her hat's solid black. Okay, so we got to start on her. She's going to be kind of behind her, but I'm going to have her arching her back right here and sort of maybe placing her leg like sort of up and over. That's kind of my plan. But let me catch up with you guys in the chat first and see where. Oh, I got to scroll back up. Okay, there we are. Let's see here. Kevin says that art is just another example of Halloween moving right into Christmas. with no Thanksgiving. I know Thanksgiving, for me, Thanksgiving is just let's hang out and not work for a few hours so we can just eat a bunch of food. That's what Thanksgiving has turned into. Of course, I'm thankful we have food. So there's that. Some person says a boob off. That goes very wrong. Kevin says Zatanna in a box or tied up as a present. Oh, getting ideas, getting ideas. Let's see. Christopher says, I like this witch artwork. Thanks, dude. It's starting to develop. It's starting to come into focus. A chapeau shovel. Ken Albury says, I don't know. We struggle enough to pronounce her Heine as it is. Good luck saying it backwards. I know, right? Some person. Ho, ho, ho. Some person says Krampus could be in there. Ah, this is true. Krampus could be around. Krampus has a long tongue. That's a good point. Mighty Geek says Doctor Strange and Harry Dresden would be overkill in this battle. I'll have him hiding underneath the tree if I could fit him at all. Some person says both witches face off. The panel after this is them making out. Well, I mean, they got to, they got to make up, right? They got to kiss and make up. All this fighting. Mighty Geek says this is why I do paper first. Yes, as much as I can, I like to keep some real artwork on some real paper. I love doing the digital stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's like, in fact, there might be some books where maybe I'll do full pencils, but because like I love to ink digitally, but at the same time, it's like you don't have the original on paper, right? So there might be a project that's more appropriate. Like maybe I'll choose to do full pencils on paper, so that way at least something is on real paper to collect. And then because I love to ink digitally so much, but I love seeing the inks on real paper. So I gotta have the best of both worlds. I gotta be able to do both. It just depends on the project, I guess. Let's see. Some person says the story. She thinks she's going after her man. Catfight ensues. Then they make up. I like your story. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. I like it. I like it. Kevin says, a little not safe for work. You really think we would want just a little not safe for work? Let's see. Make up or make out, some person? Yes. The answer is yes to everything. To both things. Let's see. Courtney says, then they realize they don't need a man. Not tonight, they don't. Maybe not this week. Some person says, yes. Then they go Thelma and Louise on a broom. Yeah, Kevin says, asking that question to some person was like asking how many guitars the Eagles want to play. The answer drifts from yes to all of them. It writes itself, says some person. Let's see, Mighty Geek says, it would be funny if the scene was being viewed through a crystal ball by Harry Dresden and Doctor Strange. They're just like, what are you guys watching? Nothing. I'm not watching anything. Food and football. Yeah. Some person says to subvert the trope. One of them could be a Dumbledore in disguise. That's sneaky. Ken Albury says, I'm working about 95% digital now. It makes going back to traditional challenging. Swiping and finger tapping paper does nothing. I know. The tools are absolutely addicting. And like, for instance, there's a lot of pieces that I'll do where it's just like, oh, just move this over a little bit. And, if you're working digitally, you can. But if you're working traditionally, then it's like, oh, you meant redraw the whole thing. Got it. Okay. Tilting something, moving something up slightly. It sounds very easy as an idea, but it does absolutely mean, yeah, erase that and redraw the whole thing. Which sometimes you got to do. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So it is one of the holdbacks of traditional. But you know what? That's why I think there's more appreciation for traditional art, because you do have those things that hold you back a little bit, you know? Whereas all the tools that we have when we're working digitally, a lot of it, dude, is magic, you know? It's, I could redraw the same thing 20, or I could just move the character over 20 times. I could change the background 20 times, you know? I love both things. I love them both. I can't leave any of them. Let's see. Ken says, if it does, Ken, you're on acid. Kevin says Batman is watching. It's the lockdown files. Speaking of lockdown files, there's gonna be some more lockdown files here pretty soon. 2026 is gonna be full of good stuff, and I'm hoping we'll see. I'll make an official announcement in a week or two. I'm putting together Club Corrupt issue number 2, so I don't know. It's possible that Kickstarter for Club Corrupt number 2, which is going to feature Skin 13 parody story and a bunch of the artwork that we do here on the show and pinups and all kinds of cool stuff. That Kickstarter might actually happen during December, kind of a Christmas time thing. So we'll see. We'll see how that timing works out. I still got about 2 weeks before I decide for sure, because I want to make sure that the book is basically completely done by the time we do the campaign. Because I don't want books to be late, and we're doing what we can on this end to make sure that that things very easy, go straight to the printer, go straight to you guys. So trying to get our workflow improved and better. Let's see. Ken Albert says caffeine is my drug of choice. No acid here. Hey, I had my caffeine today, man. Courtney says, what's the backstory here with witches and Christmas? Well, I was working on some different projects throughout this week, and these were projects that had like quite a few layouts and a few stabs at getting it just the way it needed to be. So since I did those layouts on paper, I went ahead and finished them up, and now we have some extra artwork for the show. So it's sort of our way of transitioning from Halloween straight into Christmas. Like, was it Kevin? Was it Kevin or Ken that just told me? It's like basically we're ignoring Thanksgiving. It's just a free food day. So that's where these pieces are coming from. I see Ken says, did everyone get their loot box? I looked at my Shopify account. I looked at my store, and I see that a couple of the boxes that I shipped out first are still in transit. And these are they're being shipped FedEx. I mean, they're not lost. They actually show that they're on the way. And there's a good group of them that I sent afterwards that they say they're already delivered, which is cool. I mean, I'm glad to see that they're being delivered. One person actually came into town and picked it up in person, which was awesome. Thank you, Alex. If you're out there, maybe you'll watch this later. So I'm glad that people are picking up the loot boxes, and I'm super happy that everybody's happy with what they're finding inside. For anybody who's watching, now, or if you're watching the show afterwards when it's not live anymore, if you go to my webpage at billmossart.com, go to my online store. It's right on the front page of my webpage too. The loot box, the 30-year loot box, you're essentially just paying for. In each box there's one original card. There's one original sketch card in each box. It's a little card box filled with a very random collection of cards that we've produced over the last 30 years, including like Nira X's very first promo card. Just a good little collection of random things. So I try to stuff each box with a lot of extras, so that essentially what you're paying for is just that one original card. So you get the box, you get a bunch of stuff inside. There might be some extra goodies, like maybe some stickers, coaster, little thing, little stuff. And so far everybody's happy with them. So I'm very happy that everybody's happy with them so far. So I was worried. I wanted to be sure that people were happy with what they were getting. So if you do want to pick one up, that would be completely awesome. I totally encourage it. There's still some left on the store. I did hold off on a few of them, but I think I'll put the remaining number of them on the store so that way they're all available. They're all sealed. It's all very random what you're getting inside. One of them has a golden ticket that you'll win an original 11 by 17 piece of art. The art that's actually on that particular card. There's instructions in that card on how to reach me and what to say when you reach out to me, so that way I know that you're the winner. And yeah, that's the way that's going to go. It's I can't wait till all of them are out there, and I want to see who's going to win the golden ticket, as it were. So yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, Ken. Yeah, for sure. Ken also says, buying one. I mean, yes. Some person says, Darren is peeking out of the tree, going, Samantha, is that you? Your crazy mother is at it again. That's classic. That's going back a little ways. Let's see. Ken says, Durwood. Mr. Box says, Kevin says, the witches have spiked the Christmas party rum and interesting things will happen. Paul says, is there still time to get the loot box? Yes, absolutely. There is at least 20 or 25 boxes that are on the store right now. And the remaining boxes, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put them on the online store, because we just did our last comic book convention of the year. And so I'm not going to be taking any more to conventions. So I think all of the available boxes are going to be on the store. So you could definitely go out there and grab one. I appreciate it, Paul. Thanks for asking, dude. Kevin says, I haven't got one yet. Dude, Kevin, you and Ken were the first two people to order boxes. And I looked on my Shopify store, and those are the two that are, there's like 4 that are still in transit, and your 2, like, they got mailed out first. And they say they're still in transit. So I'm just like, all right, FedEx, don't let me down. But I looked at the tracking number and stuff, and it's like, I see that it's on the way. They have the box, it's registered, it's there. So it's on the way. It's on the way. Please let me know when you do get them. I mean, it'll show up on my screen too. When I go to my store, it shows me when things are delivered. So, but let me know like the second you get them, because like it puts my mind at ease. I see some person says, come to think of it, witches come in 3s. Ah, that's a good point. There might be a 3rd character in this piece. I don't know how we'll fit that character in, but we'll figure out something. We'll do something. Put a note in that, some person, because there might be a 3rd person here. Kevin says, trekking numbers? And, oh, dude, and remind me later. Send me a message, because I'll send you the tracking number also, so that way you can see as well. Okay, we'll both keep our eyes on it. Kevin says they do. Some person, you got my mind going down the gutter. Courtney says, Kevin, and mine in the gutter for a change. Ken's laughing. Maurice says, I got my loot box. Awesome. That is very, very cool. I think, Maurice, I think you told me that you'd received yours. I want people to post the things that they've gotten inside their loot boxes. I think that would be super cool. I want to be able to share it on my Facebook and stuff so people can see. That'd be awesome. Paul is asking at Kevin, what did you get? I think Kevin hasn't received his yet. Maurice definitely got his already. I see some person says maybe boobs poking out of the tree. A play on the butt out of nowhere. I know, right? That actually would be hilarious. Courtney says boob ornaments. That's classic. Oh my gosh. Oh, why do I love that so much? I think Courtney knows me too well. Ken, you done told her about me, huh? All right, I'm gonna put one set of boob ornaments right here. Now, for the sake of the show, for the sake of YouTube, I will put a bikini on these two ornaments, but it would be funnier if there were just two random ass naked boobs. That would be freaking hilarious. I'm gonna put two of them here. I might add some more when I'm starting to ink it, so these will act as my reminder. Boob ornaments. It's classic. I love it. All right, so I got a couple here. I got a couple here. We'll add more. We'll add more. Let's see. Let's see. Paul says at Maurice, what did you get? You go, okay, Maurice, you got to tell him what you got now. So Maurice says, thinking of witches, the one in bed knobs and broomsticks, possibly. I might have to look that up. I might have to look that up, dude. Kevin says, I haven't gotten it yet. At Paul, yeah. Angela Lansbury, nah. Kevin, sorry, wrong tag. Okay, what about B. Arthur? No, B. Arthur. I mean, if we're gonna do a Golden Girls tribute, but other than that, Courtney says, "Is there a dick in the box?" Let's just say that there is. Whoever wins this piece could make small requests. Only because that would be hilarious. You know what? Even if we don't actually, I'm going to put a tribute to Dick in the Box. Because that's too funny. I'm going to put a tribute. All right, so we got the hole on the side of the box because this is for the Dick in the Box. Oh my god, you're awesome. Let's see. Some person says maybe from the Wizard of Oz. Possibility. That's a good possibility. Some person says that's got two witches. True. But we just need one. We need a third. Of course, Zatan is not a witch. So there's that. We're kind of breaking the rule of threes already a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. Let me just position her a little bit, just so we kind of figure out what we're doing with her. There. Let me see. This. Have this arm going up. I hear Waffle walking around. All right, let me see. Let's figure out where she's going to be going here. I'll give her a collar, but I'm not going to give her like a full shirt. We'll see what we're going to do with her in just a minute. We're going to theme her out a little bit. Alright, so we got her behind her like this. I'll give her a little tie, a little short tie. I'll give her a sleeveless. How's that? A little tribute to Mira having a sleeveless shirt. I want to have her leg up and coming over a little bit. So let's see. Let's see if we could pull that off. See if it looks okay. Getting there. Like sculpting sometimes. Sometimes like you gotta like whittle it away until you finally get what you're looking for. Don't know if she's got bare feet or maybe she's wearing stockings, like a little white stocking, like, well, like thigh-high white stockings. Because if she was on stage doing a show, she'd probably be wearing those black stilettos, right? So, all right, that's a good start. Might tweak it a little bit. Pushing up against your side there. All right, we'll see how this flies for a few minutes, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Kevin says, where would you like my mind to go, Courtney? Daydreams about Malka." Kevin says, it's winter. Things are getting a titty bit nipply. Yes, indeed. Courtney says, love the ornaments. Oh, cool, cool. Paul says, what's in the box? What's in the box? Kevin says, B. Arthur. This is not Deadpool. I know, right? Some person says B. Arthur was hot. Oh man, she had her era, dude. She was one of the ones, man. Ken says, ooh, step one. Kevin says, a dick in a box. Dick Sargent or Dick York? Ken Albury says, what about a duck in the box now? Oh, that would be that is a good dad joke way to go about it. I could do something like that. Have a duck poking his head above the box. Courtney said, oh my God, that's amazing. That's what I like to hear. You're awesome. Some person says the witch could be sitting on a little tiny. Ah, that's true. That could be a way that we can fit in a third character is if we have a little tiny. Let's see, our other boob would be going about this far. I just thought to myself, I want Zatanna to be maybe either holding a wand or holding some playing cards. Trying to decide which. Kind of like the idea. She holds the wand often enough that it's like maybe the playing cards. I like giving her the little wrist thingy. Kind of makes it look like she's wearing a shirt, but it's just a wrist thingy. Nice. I like where that's going. I like where it's going so far. Let's see, some person says maybe some wizard. That's a possibility too. I kind of like the idea of a wizard. Maybe a Gandalf, just for... we've got a magician, we've got a witch. Why not a wizard? Since I think we're not headed in the direction of doing like the witch's rule of threes. Maybe having Gandalf back here would be a good idea. Let me look up his face real quick. I want to make sure I just get Get the tone of it right. Gandalf. Ah, the old voice to text. Plus, you know what? He has a hat. That's what makes him right for this. All three of them are wearing hats. I like this idea. I like this idea. I think we're on the right track, guys. All right, just wanted to save that little reference. I got a little picture of him up on my phone. Now, where to put him? You know what? I think I was gonna try to fit him back here, but that's such a tiny little spot. It's literally nothing. We got a lot of space right here in front of the Christmas tree. So let's not erase any of the boob ornaments. We like those. We'll add a couple of more when I start inking it. I think that would be cool. So let's get Gandalf in here. This would be hilarious. I love this idea. Plus, he could be reacting to what he's seeing over here. Hell yeah. Gandalf is like, this is better than my last Tuesday. Or Saturday. Today is Saturday. Alright, let's see what you got going on here, Gandalf. I hope Ian. I hope they give this actor like a lot of good screen time for Doomsday. He's supposed to be doing Magneto one last time, man. One more Magneto. Let's have his beard kind of draped over this box. That would be funny. Okay, sort of behind that box. He's behind her a little bit. It's like, hey, Gandalf, what are you doing, buddy? What you doing over there, buddy? As soon as I get his hat fit in here. All right, now I gotta erase one set of ornaments, but fear not, I will draw them back as soon as I figure out where his hat's going. My boy's hat takes up this whole little space right here. This is definitely a hat-themed piece. This is all about hats. Hats and boob ornaments. boob ornaments over here. All right, I'll jump into the chat just a second. Just want to make sure we got a couple of boobs. I drew in his pipe. Can't really see it too good because there's a lot of pencil lines here, but you'll see it better when it gets inked up. That's it. That's the one. That's what we were looking for. I knew I would find the one that made sense to my brain. All right, let me scroll back up. Oh, I fell behind on you guys. All right, I'll catch up as best I can. Some person says, do you have any wizard-like characters in the Neroverse? You know, I don't have a legit wizard in the Nero universe. The closest thing to that would be Scribe, because it turns out Scribe's a little bit more than we think he is, because he knows so much about Nero X's universe. It's almost like he's kind of like a low level, like the Watcher from Marvel. You know, like he's a little bit more like the Watcher, where he just, you wonder how he knows so much. He's my go-to guy. So he's the closest thing to a wizard that I might have, as far as who's in the stories right now. Let's see. Kevin says, "Clothe us, shrink us, sexist Maximus." Huzzah! Kevin says, "I see practice for the Rockettes going on." Yes, indeed. There's a lot of legs. There's a lot of leg action in this piece. Some person says, "It seems like the foreground is a good place for a hole in the ground with something poking out of it." Mm-hmm. Kevin says, "Wizard? Make it a wizard magazine." I know, right? Classic. Maurice says, "For some reason, I'm thinking of the song Deck the Halls and the witch's name is Holly." Some person says, "Zatanna, what's that hole there? Which? Oh, that's just a portal to hell. It's safe." Maurice says, "Deck the halls with boobs of Holly." Fa la 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 la. Kevin says, "Holly's boobs. Doesn't she need those? She needs them 100%. It's like, oh, they're falsies." Ken says, "Gandalf is looking at the witches and thinking, 'You shall not fap.'" Oh my God, dude. -2 points. No, that's funny. Some person says, he's smoking that long pipe of his. Oh, yeah. In fact, I got to make sure that, some notes for myself, because I got to make sure that little puffs of smoke are coming up. So I got little notes for myself to make sure when this it's kind of a mess with the pencils. You can't really see it too good, but you see his pipe, and you're gonna have some smoke coming up, and it looks like he's maybe reaching for her butt or something. He might get his ass kicked tonight. I'm not really sure. The fappening approaches. Some person says, "Gandalf, good evening, ladies. Would you like to see my little hobbit friend?" Ken says, "Gandalf, normally he's not that small. He's just a little shyer." Oh my God. Dad joke, half point. I'll give you a half point. Laurie says, "The tree is oh, it's one of the friends." Dude, that makes sense. That would be funny. Have one of the tree guys back there. Just decorate him for Christmas. Some person says, "A wizard's staff has a knob on the end." A knob on the end. Traditional English song. Marie says, "Gandalf's pipe is blowing out mistletoe smoke." That's actually pretty smart of him. Some person says, "Wanted, legit wizard for the universe of my book. Must be a bit perverted." Courtney says, "Is Gandalf telling the girls to open their presents?" You know he is. Kevin says, "Is he smoking or drooling?" It might be a little bit of both. Some person says the puffs of smoke could be shaped like things, like whatever's funny. Yeah, that mistletoe thing might actually be kind of fun. We'll see. We'll see if the pen guides me. I think I'll draw one of those tree dudes. I'm gonna draw a little note for myself. Got one of those tree dudes back here. This will be my note for that. This piece is so fun, dude. All right, so we got the tree dude up in the corner. So I'll flesh him out when he's all linked up. I'll flesh him out. I'll bark him out. Yeah, I think this one is good. I think I'm glad I didn't try to put Gandalf in this corner and just relegate him to this little tiny corner. Because we got the three hats, we got the cool little scene, and yeah, this is what this piece needed. Now this is a good fun piece. You know, I had a little bit of snow back there. And I think that's where we're at. I think that's where we're at with that. Nice. You get some of Gandalf's hair here. Make sure he's got his hair. Let's see. I'll put his other fingers here. So he's like crawling out from behind the gifts. Because a wizard is never late. He's always precisely on time. I like that. I like that. Yeah, Gandalf has like a nice little starring piece in here. I'm glad you mentioned it. I'm glad you brought him up as an idea, because that gives the piece that little bit that it needed. Excellent. All right, that one is a done deal. Can't fit another thing in that one. But we do have a little bit more time on the show, so maybe we'll come up with something for the blank sheet of paper. I'll set this one down here for now. I'll let that sit there, and maybe we'll come up with a little idea for the blank sheet of paper. We'll see what comes up. We'll see what ideas we come up with. Let's see. Maurice says Gandalf's trying to play puff puff pass. Mistletoe. Tree dudes. I am Groot. I know Groot would have been good for back there too, but I like the tree dude. He goes along with Gandalf, so that's a good pairing. That's a good pairing. Ken says Gandalf, get let me get a hit of that pipe weed, yo. Kevin says I think Gandalf loves listening to ZZ Top. 100%. He is a big fan, especially with the beard. Maurice. Let's see. Paul says, she's got legs. There you go. ZZ Top. It was meant to be. Some person says Treebeard helps Gandalf pick up the witches. Yeah. That way they all get a ride back to the place, man. Where's it going to have their party? Let's see. Some person says Turkey Day is upon us. It is upon us. It's like literally, this Thursday, right? So could be something turkey related. We can acknowledge the old turkey. Nira dressed as a turkey. Let's see. Zen says Zen. I said Zen. I'm looking at a picture of Zen. I'm sorry. I was staring at a picture of Zen, and I just obviously Zen is also commenting on the show tonight. All right. Ken says Mercy as Betty Page. Oh. She enacts her revenge since she's usually the one getting into trouble. You know what? That Betty Page, you snagged me with that one. Maybe I'll do one as we'll do this one as a landscape piece. That would be dope. Or no, you know what? I like all three pieces to be like this today. This is good. Mercy, Betty Page. I don't know what it is. It instantly connected. Let's see if we can do A Mercy as Betty Page. Let me find a Betty Page pose. Betty Page. I think that's going to be a good idea. Something about it that agrees with me. Like here's a classic pose. We could play around with this idea here. All right, Mercy. This could be cool. This could be like a cool portrait piece. And I don't know. I don't remember that we've done like a Mercy Betty Page kind of tribute before together. So maybe that's why my brain just immediately latched onto it real quick. Betty Page Thanksgiving. Definitely give Mercy a little bit more attitude. She's going to be a Betty Page character. All right, let's get a little fierce look on her face here. Oh, is that the brim of my hat? That's the brim of my hat. Here, let me take my hat off. So I'm putting my face too close to the paper, too close to the camera. There we go. At certain angles, I get like a little bit of a glare off the paper from the light, so I gotta angle my face a little bit. Except when I was doing that, the brim of my hat is just going right into the camera. Hey, we'll just draw for an hour looking at Bill's brim. All right, we'll get a nice little expression on her face here, and then we will go back to the chat, make sure that we're all caught up. Give her the classic Betty Page bangs. Now at first, because I'm not finishing the rest of her hair, she's going to look a little bit more like Mo from the Three Stooges. It's just this bowl cut. But the rest is coming, trust me. This is going to be a Thanksgiving revenge piece. Mercy Betty Page, I like it. And of course, we'll tighten things up when we get to the inking part. It'll be cool. I'm not used to seeing Mercy with like a slight curl to her hair. Her hair is usually like super straight all the time. So this will be pretty cool to see her with a little bit of wave to her hair. All right, let me just get the top of her head here, and I'll make my way back over to you guys. I get too far behind. Here, you get a little shimmer on her hair here. Mercy, a little badass look on her face. It's a good idea, Ken. It's a good idea. All right, got a good little start on it. This is good. This is good. Good. Okay, let me scroll up and see where you guys are at. Oh my gosh, I fell behind. Kevin says, Kevin says, Nira thigh. Oh, you know what? Like for Thanksgiving. Oh, what if? All right, we got Mercy right here, right? And what if she's holding one of Nira's thighs, like instead of a turkey leg? All right, let me see how. Let me just get the general pose on her body here, so I'll figure out where her arms are gonna go. That's a good idea, dude. So in this picture, I think Nira is the turkey, but I don't know how far, I don't know how much you'll see of Nira. This, like, her leg is going to be all the way over here. So she's going to be running off the side of the page. So we may not see too much of Nira, actually. We'll find out. We're going to find out tonight on this episode of Nira Thanksgiving. She's wearing her Betty Page gloves. All right, I wanted to get just enough so we can figure out where Nira's leg or thigh begins and ends. Let's see, do we want it this way, that way? Yeah, see, my phone thought I was talking to it. All right, let's see here. I want her facing this way, maybe this way. Nope, seems like that's backwards. We don't want that. We want the other way. It didn't feel right. Gotta come from the other direction. All right, that feels more right. Sometimes you just gotta try something, and if it works, it works. And it's perfect because it's the right leg, so you're gonna know it's Nira because it's got her belt, her signature belt. So that's actually a good idea. Okay, good. I'm glad you came up with this idea, dude. That's a good idea. We're theming this out correctly. Knee will be right around here. Do we want it out like I guess we want it out like this. It's fine. Okay, we'll leave it like here just for a moment. It's coming up pretty good. I like where this one's going. Thank you, Kevin. Near a thigh. There you have it. All right, Paul says, oh me, and Nira can talk turkey anytime. Agreed, my friend. Agreed. Marie says to some person wants to be stuffing, stuffing for that turkey. Wants to be the stuffing. Kevin says, and Nira as Marilyn Monroe. Oh, that would be interessant. Actually, looking at the screen, I think her leg might be a tiny bit too big. I think her leg is kind of giant. Gives to make her a little bit more, a little closer to size appropriate. Let's see, do that like that. There we go, that's a little closer. And then we'll shrink this just a little bit. I mean, Nira is supposed to be taller and bigger than Mercy, but I don't want her to be too much taller and bigger. Sculpting it out. There we go. That's a little bit better. Now that gives me better vibes. I don't know if that's sweat or if that's sauce. I have no idea. All right, we'll leave that there like that. We'll figure out what the rest of Nira's torso is doing here in just a minute. Let me catch up with you guys for a couple seconds first before we start figuring that out. As Marilyn Monroe is a good idea. If we can make it happen, that's a good possibility. Good possibility. Just making sure the size of this works for my brain. Good. Here we go. Here's this one. Excellent. Okay, we're heading in the right direction now. Let's see where we go from here. Some person says, I remember last year's Thanksgiving drawing. It was Nira and that giant pumpkin. Oh, I do remember that. Yes. Some person says the stuffing is the best part. Ken says maybe she's writing one of those, one of the cyber angels or scribe. Possibilities. Maurice says, Nira, how would you like me to tip my gravy boat for you, sir? Kevin says, happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Mouse. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Maurice says, yes, happy Thanksgiving to all my U.S. friends. Thank you, my friend. Excellent, excellent. I appreciate that. Ken says, in Canada, is your Thanksgiving as big of a deal? That's a good question. Kevin says, I was taking the Marilyn Monroe singing Happy Birthday and altering to fit this week, but some people are too young to know. Mr. President. Maurice says, for some people, our house, it's just another turkey day. Yeah. You know, our house too. It's just turkey day. It's a they give you a day off of work. They give a lot of people a day off of work, and you just
It's about friends. It's
it,
about family.
it's about friends and family, says Kat.
Eating so much.
Yes, eating so much. Let's see. Some person says Betty Page. I assume there's some S&M in this. Why would it not go that way? Let's see. Kevin says she looks more like Guy Gardner to me. No, not like Guy Gardner. No. Some person says Betty sitting on a pony. Scribe is the pony. Marie says turkey drumstick on the end of a whipstick. Possibilities. She'll whip your potatoes. S&M. I mean, turkeys are stuffed and their legs are pinned. Kevin says, "What a feast Nero will be." I hope Mercy Page shares all of her silver screen angels. Some person says, "Food all over them," having started their session on the dinner table. A bowl of biscuits on Mira's thigh. Ah, yeah, kind of a food fight situation. Let's see where the rest of Mira's torso might be. I'm not really sure. Kind of have her up here a ways. Let's get her torso before we can get. Before we can put her face, or expression on her face. Find out Mercy's hair kind of goes this way a little bit. This is going here. She has to have a neck. She'll get pissed off if we don't draw her neck. She's touchy like that. Alright, that goes up the edge of the page like so. This might end up being a cyber skin situation. Alright, let's figure out where her head goes first. We gotta figure out she's gotta have a cabeza. She's gotta have a cranium. Let's make sure she's got some eyeballs. Almost there. Gotta figure out what Mira's thinking here. Mira has a good sense of humor, but she does get surprised from time to time. She's like, what is going on? Not quite the expression I was going for. Let's try that one more time. I got this particular little surprised. There you go. She's like, how did this come together? There we go. The cyber skin outfit will serve as as faux gravy. It's like nobody's messing with my Thanksgiving this year. Or she's like mine. All right, let's make sure Nira has some cool looking hair. She can't be Thanksgiving dinner if she doesn't have a cool hairdo going on. All right, I'm heading over back to the chat. Check out you guys, see where you guys are at. All right, I think I got her hair where I need it to be for the moment. It's crazy. It's your fault, man. That's right. You know, the whole thing was that maybe perhaps there is a bowl of biscuits. Her sitting on a warm, soft bowl of biscuits. As it should be.
They're cranberry sauce.
Not on the biscuits.
Okay. But it's like a tube of like jelly.
I think that's a good idea. I think we have to make that happen. I don't know if you guys heard that, but cranberry sauce. That is, Kat is contributing to our crazy ideas. This is a crazy Thanksgiving. You know what? I'm gonna have some steam coming off of these biscuits because she's burning her biscuits on the biscuits. Warm biscuits on warm biscuits. Thank you for suggesting the biscuits, by the way. That was a good idea. I like that idea. All right, some person is saying mashed potatoes on her head. And I say yes. We got some room right on her cranium, right here. Mashed potatoes. I like it. Here we go. Get a little glob of mashed potatoes here. There's a food fight. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I love that. That's dope. You guys are hooking this one up good. This is good. All right, let's see. Kevin says, hope Mercy doesn't have to talk much. Her tongue will be tired. -5 points. Or is it plus 10 points? I'm not really sure. If you ask Mercy, let's see, some person says the butter somehow got all over her. Kevin says the ladies like a good vibe. Murray says arms going outwards like a swan dive. Some person says Nira's robot leg fell off. Some person says Nira sitting in a bowl of Jello. Oh, see, yeah, we're sort of in the same wheelhouse of thinking, except we went in the direction of warm biscuits. I wanted her buns to feel cozy. It's a cozy feeling. Some person says, "What are you and Kat's favorite food for Thanksgiving?"
Cornbread, turkey.
Mm-hmm. What else?
And some type of like sweet potato. I need a sweet potato.
You do love your sweet potato. This is true. I'm pretty much the same. I'm not. I like the stuffing. I like the turkey. I will take all the bread rolls if they kick ass. Sometimes they kick ass and sometimes they don't. But bread rolls, yeah, some turkey, mashed potatoes and gravies. Kevin says this gives new meaning to Nira saying "heat me." Yeah, she's actually a meal now. She's actually a holiday meal. You can pick her up at Walmart for. Marie says Skid Row's song with a Thanksgiving theme. Oh, she's my pumpkin pie, my sweet pumpkin pie. Wait a minute, is that Skid Row or is that's Warrant? Isn't that Warrant? I might cherry pie, right? Yeah, I think that's Warrant. I'll take Skid Row though. I love my 80s bands, man. Love it. Kevin says Nira is thinking that isn't what I meant. Why am I complaining? Hell, it's not like I'm getting scissors this year, for those who know. Ken says she's going to get scissors. Yes, she is. I am sure of that. Marie says, who's got the rocks, paper, then? Rock, paper, scissors. Kevin says, I have Spock. Kevin says, cyberskin gravy? You're whetting our appetite. Paul says, cyber angel cake for dessert. Ah, nice play on words. That's plus 2 points. That's plus 2 points. I like that. Let's see, I think I was just noticing where her knee was, so I want to bring that up just a tiny bit. Make me happier. There you go. I don't want her to be looking like she's double jointed or something. Okay, we're good. Have Nira's hair kind of come down to here. She's got long hair. Got that going on. All right, let's see here. Let's see where you guys are at. Kevin says, thank goodness she's not sitting on the corn on the cob. Yeah, this would be a completely different piece or a different portion of the evening if that was happening. Ken says Cyber Angel food cake. Cyber Angel food cake is a very, very cool idea. I like that idea. We're gonna have to figure out how to fit that in here now. Let's see. Get that. All right, just put a surface of a table here a little bit. Nice little Thanksgiving Day, little wood table here going on. put some Cyber Angel food cake right over here. Put some little Cyber Angel wings sticking out of the cake. I think that would be a cool idea. Theme it out a little bit. Like it. She probably have some of the cake on her foot or on her leg right there because her foot's like right next to it. Looks like she's the one that toppled it over or something. There we go. Yeah, I'll put some frosting on her foot. There we go. Let's see, get her belly here. Figure out what Mercy's body is doing back here. So we got her set up. Nice. I love this piece. This is cool. This is good. This is good. All right, let's see. Some person says, let's see, Mercy, wait, are we fighting or something? Nira, I don't know. Bill must be daydreaming. This is what happens, man. This is the fluid idea stream. That's what I should probably call it from now on. This is what happens when you have fluid ideas happening. It's either mashed potatoes or frosting that's in her hair. There we go. Now we're talking. I see Kevin says, all I can hear is, my biscuits are burning. You get Yosemite Sam back there. Kevin says Nira can make lots of money if she were to do this for Japanese businessmen. just sitting her buns on hot buns. Marie says, does Nira have some pieces of sushi on her somewhere? I do not see any sushi. We'll think about some additions. We shall see. We shall see. Christy Han, what's up, dude? Saying hello to everybody. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we're in the last. We're kind of in the final bit of the show here before we do our thing at midnight. So, hey, Chris, since you just popped in, let me show you what's going on for tonight. So we've got basically we're celebrating Thanksgiving tonight with this piece. So we got a Betty Page Mercy with Nira X as basically the turkey. we've got a Herheine magical piece. And we've got the three hats. That's what I'm calling this one. It's the three hats. So we've got Gandalf, we got a cool witch, and we've got Zatanna. Yes. So a lot of things going on tonight, man. It's like we're having a lot of fun. Everybody's tossing in some really, really good ideas. And this one's just about ready, dude. I feel it. I still have to add the cranberry sauce. Here's a plate. Not sure. I mean, I felt like I just needed to add a plate here. There needed to be one. Hey, Kati.
Yeah.
Does cranberry sauce usually come in those cans?
Yeah.
I need to put a can of cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Because
But they have one that has the jelly, and then they have one that has the whole berries in it. We always get the jelly.
I gotta draw
looks like a tube.
I gotta draw.
Sauce.
Yeah, I gotta draw the can because the way that I draw is like you won't know it's cranberry sauce unless I have like a can of it sitting there that says cranberry sauce. That's my little note for the can. It looks like I drew like a can of Popeye spinach, because it's a can with stuff coming out of it. But we know it's cranberry sauce. We are being holiday specific. Very cool. Maurice saying hello. Very, 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 very cool. Christiane says, need some whipped cream. My goodness, whipped cream. Where am I going to fit the whipped cream? There's already angel cake. But it's possible. You know what? We could fit. We could do it, dude. I'm a professional. We will find somewhere to put the whipped cream. There you go. I got some whipped cream on a plate right here, and I got the can right next to it. You know what's up. Now, putting that as my note, I'll do the letters nicely when I ink it. Excellent, dude. Very cool. Christiane saying hello. Night Phoenix, what's up, dude? Her expression. Yeah, I like. I really like how that came out. I like that. I'm glad you dig it. That's cool. Night Phoenix says frosting on the foot. Very Tarantino of you. Thank you very much. I'll take that as a compliment. Kevin says, I love how they totally get into character for the photographer taking shots for the Cyber Angel calendar. Ah, excellent. You being the photographer, you know these things. Night Phoenix says, 3 pieces. Wow. Oh, yeah, man, dude. I had 2 that were kind of started up already. There were pieces that weren't being used from other projects, and we modified them and finished them up and did some extra fun stuff with them. So we got 3 really good pieces tonight. We're very happy with that. Christiane says, whoa, triple play tonight. We got to have a triple play. So I'll make sure to show all 3 pieces before we even get started again, just so you just have them on your mind. And then, when we get started, that way you know what you might be going for, or what you might be pushing onto somebody else. Kevin says, I just noticed that the hat's get increasingly worn out and limp as you go down the image. And as the age progresses, yep. Subliminal, I know. Kevin says, Nira on the can? No! But there is the possibility of food poisoning. Now, she's not on the can. She's in the biscuits. The can is just next to her. It's safe. There's no poison. Some person says something funny looking on the plate, maybe corn cobs or something. Yeah, I was thinking it's like, well, I mean, I got the little bit of whipped cream just because I want to justify the whipped cream being there. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll put, because whipped cream has this will make a lot more sense when we color it, but I'll put a little whipped cream right there. That's a good spot. See, Kevin says, a can of TSOTG whipped cream? Good idea. There you go. There's my note for that. Excellent idea, my friend. Good, good, good. Some person says, yes. Let's see. Some person says a plate of a lot of cans of whipped cream. or a weird looking jello mold. Yep, yep. Ken's like, there you go. Why do I see a Bill Cosby jello mold? No, no Bill Cosby here. Everybody go to sleep. Don't drink anything at Bill Cosby's party, is what I'm saying. Patang, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight, man. He says, hey, sorry I'm late. Technically, you could be just in time. We got a triple play tonight. We got a triple play. I'll show off all three pieces so that way you know what everybody's been up to. We tossed a lot of ideas around tonight. Got some good stuff. Some person says there could be things in the mold. Yes. Fatang! Very cool, dude. All right, let me see here. All right, so we've got this, got this. Make sure I get her hair kind of finished off here. That's where that's going to end up. She is good to go. Man, I like it. I like where this piece is at. I like what we got going on. Excelente. This is just about finished, dude. Some person says little tinies got stuck in the jello. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. That's a pretty good idea. That's a pretty good idea. Actually, well, at the very least, let's put a little tiny. There could be some jello on this plate, and the little tiny is stuck in the jello. That's not a bad idea right there. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, I'll do a little close up of this. I think what came to mind was putting evil Nira stuck in the jello. I like that idea. And you can kind of see through the plate, through the jello. You can see the plate through the jello a little bit, so that's kind of cool. All right, so that's my note for that. There's a little tiny evil Nira stuck in the jello. All right, we got a little tiny in there. That's good. That's good. That's good. I like where that's going. Night Phoenix says Bill Cosby with the special barbecue sauce. I know, right? Never eat the barbecue sauce either. Or little tinies wrestling on the plate. Yep, yep. Kevin says there has to be a whip somewhere. You know what? That is very, very true, because this is that particular Betty Page inspired pose look. Where would I put the whip? Or is the whip tied around Nira's leg? Or maybe, let me see. Oh, you know what? Okay. You're painting pictures in my brain. Because you're right, we gotta possibly put this whip in here somewhere. All right, so let's make some space right here. So that's Mercy's hand here. This will be my note to where the whip is going to go. So she's got the whip kind of like in her hands. Maybe the whip could be tied around her waist a little bit. That way the whip is actually doing something. Good idea, dude. I'll clean that up. Nice. All right, so we got the whip over here in her other hand, tied around her waist a little bit. Good. No pun intended, but that ties the piece together. I see Kevin says, or a riding crop. Yep, yep. Some person says, one little tiny. Oh, my screen went blank. What happened to my screen? Okay, it's back. Some person says, one little tiny holding a drumstick as a weapon. Actually, yeah, dude, having a drumstick somewhere would be a good idea. Little turkey drumstick over here. Yeah, I think I like it like that. I'll think on the little tiny action. We'll see what's going on with that. Kevin says, "Where's Platinum?" I'm sure he's close by. He's got to be close by. I actually owe him some pages. We got to get caught up. We got a lot of commission stuff to catch up on. We got a special project that we're working on. We got to bring that to life here pretty soon. Finally getting some books off of the desk. And we're finally getting, so it's a long time coming. Sometimes when things get behind schedule, it takes a little bit too long to get caught up again. But we're there. We're starting to catch up. We're actually working on commissions now instead of like the other 10 deadlines that we had. Some person says, Betty, do you see those small people in the Jello? No. Are you okay? Kevin says, stuck in the Jello. That makes me think of a fun Star Wars scene. Mm-hmm. You know, I was going to suggest ENX as the little tiny, just to keep Chet in mind. I'm glad you did it already. Yeah. I think we're both thinking the same thing. I think that's cool. Maurice says maybe Scribe with the whip between his teeth. Good doggy you are, Scribe. Some person says part of the whip is in Betty's mouth so she can keep it while her arms are busy. Kevin says, wow, so many good ideas. There's a ton of good ideas, dude. But that's the thing, we throw all those ideas up in the air and we see which ones land on the page. That's good. Some person says Thanksgiving is never dull at Angels headquarters. Angels HQ. Kevin says, what? Why would you want to keep Mercy for being able to use her mouth for more enjoyable things? Let's see, where's Charlie for these angels? That's true, right? All right, I think this piece is good. Put a fork in it because it's done. This piece is done. And we did good. I wasn't sure, wasn't 100% positive we were going to have a show tonight. So I am super, super happy that everything came together. Everything's good to go. So let me see. I'll take a couple minutes just to show you guys the 3 pieces that we came up with tonight. 2 pieces which we completely modded and changed around, which is awesome. So that's that counts. That counts. We did all that tonight. Let me get a pen here real quick. Awesome. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't pop out the chat for the little 10-second countdown at the end. So I need to do that real quick so that way everybody is synced up. I don't know if anybody's watching on one of our Facebook pages. But if you are, please, especially if you would like to bid on any of the artwork, come over to the YouTube channel, to the live chat on the YouTube channel, and you'll find us. Just go to Bill Moss Art on YouTube, and it's the only thing running right now. So if you're on the live chat on the YouTube channel, just everything is synced up a lot better. I noticed that if you're on the Facebook page, sometimes there's a delay. Sometimes it skips a post. Like it's not very good. So Night Phoenix says, good. This price is great. Some person says a Herculean effort. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I feel like we did good. I mean, all three pieces are like banger pieces, like a lot going on. Usually we only get to two pieces, for an evening. That's already like a lot. When we first started, it was like getting just to the one piece. We'd be lucky just to finish the one piece, but and getting two pieces is like crazy. So having three tonight is a lot. is that her hiney with just a neck collar and tie? Says Maurice. Yeah. So the three pieces that we have for tonight. So you know what's happening. We have what we call the three hats. So we've got Zatanna, we've got this cool witch, and we've got Gandalf. And yes, that's probably a dick in a box. So they got the three hats. We've got the Hermione piece, because you can see Hermione in the mirror. And then we've got the Betty Page, or just the Thanksgiving Day piece. So we'll do these in the order that we worked on them, which I believe was, I think Hermione was first, and then the witch was second, and then Thanksgiving is third. So I will get that ready. I need a second anyway. I need to be able to pop out the chat. So let me jump over to the YouTube channel myself real quick before we get started, and make sure that I can actually comment in the chat. There we go. Let me pop this thing out real quick. Oops, here we go. Pop out chat. Excellent. All right, yeah, because if I just use my voice for the 10-second countdown, there's this weird delay, and sometimes it messes up. So we implemented a while back, it was Ken's idea. We implemented a 3-second rule at the end of the countdown. So if we get interrupted in the countdown at the 3-second mark, we start the countdown at 3 seconds again. And everybody seems to like that rule. So just want to make sure everybody's on board with that. Let me put the... Oh, where's my thing? Where's my thing? Let's see. Oh, maybe. I didn't create any banners for this thing yet. Okay, well, we know that we're going to go for 5 minutes. It's midnight. So at 12:05, we're going to call it. I'm going to let this go for 5 minutes if you'd like to bid on it. And then we will do a physical 10-second countdown. Let's see. Let me catch up in the chat with you guys real quick since we're starting up officially. Let's see. Christiane said, I thought he was going for a 4th page there for a moment. No 4 pages. It's too many pages. Christiane says, it's a hat trick. Well played, Mr. Christiane. Some person says the Hermione would look great with dramatic lighting in the digital version. Yeah, totally agree. For sure. Yep. Kevin says $1. He's beginning with $1. I respect it, so I'm going to write it down. I respect your dollar. I respect your dollar, sir. Let's see. Let me create a banner. And the only rule to the auction is when you place a bid, just type the word bid. Bless you, Kathy. Just type the word bid next to your number, so that way we know it's a serious bid. And then we're going to let this go until 12:05. So let me type up a little banner thingy here, and that way we all know. I switched over to something else here real quick, so I lost all my little banner thingies. There we go. And then, okay, I add banner. There. Well, it's not a little scrolly thing. All right, well, oh, here we go. Enter a banner. Here, let me do this. There we go. I'll keep it short and simple, and I'll get back over to the thingy thing. All right, there we go. Now I can get back over to the comments. All right, here we go, guys. Her hiney, I wouldn't mind a chance to slither in. Some person says her hiney's left hand reaches further back and touches the butt of the reflection. Ah, that's a good idea. Her hiney's reflection. Hey, watch where you put that. Sorry, wait, what? All right, Chris D. Hand in the room with $2. Thanks, man. I will catch up to you guys. Paul in the room with the 007 bid. That's right. I love the funny bids, dude. Paul in for 007. Kevin says she's going to make me huffle and puff tonight. Chris Dehan in the room with 11. Thank you, dude. Got the vibe. Night Phoenix in the room with 15. Thanks, dude. It leaves me shaken, not stirred. Chris Dehan in the room with 16. Thank you, dude. Paul says rated R. Must be 17 to enter bid. Hell yeah. I love you guys. Chris Dehan says must be 18 bid to enter. Thanks, dude. All right, we got a little less than 2 minutes left to go, and then we'll do a 10-second countdown. Kevin says you must be 21 to place a bid here. Haha. Kevin with 21. Thanks, dude. Maurice says 18 ID, a legal bid. Very close, but currently Kevin in the room with 21. Excelente. Paul in the room with 23. Skidoo. 23 Skidoo. That's how I found out that we were Irish and not German. I still call it 23 Skidoo. Chris Dehan in the room with 25. Thanks, dude. All right, less than 1 minute left to go. Kevin says 31 days of Halloween bid. You're awesome, bro. Excellent. Almost time for 10-second countdown. We'll see where this all goes. Could get a really good deal on this piece. This is awesome. Paul says Disneyland Club 33 bid. I love it. All right, this is where I go to the pop-out chat so I could do a 10-second countdown. And you guys can keep an eye on the chat with me also to make sure that I don't skip over somebody. And if we get an interruption, we'll stop for a second. If we get to 3 seconds, then we get an interruption, then we'll start at the 3-second mark all over again. So Chris Dehan in the room with 34 double D. Thanks, Chris. Mystery box 42, the meaning of everything bid. Kevin with 42. Maurice in the room with 43 days into the Tri-Wizard tournament bid. That's the breast bid. Chris Dehan with the Colt 45 bid. Yes. Paul in the room with Alien Area 51 bid. You guys are killing it, dude. Awesome. Ken in the room with something 48 bid. You're awesome, bro. You know what? Completely acceptable. Something 48. All right, hopping into the into the chat now. Oh, I got another. All right, Chris Dehan's in the room with 55. Thank you, dude. It's the speed limit. It's 55. All right, doing a 10-second countdown right now. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, we got an interruption. Paul in the house with a Nintendo 64 bid. Hell yeah. Love it, dude. Chris Dehan with the tradition, solid tradition, 69 bid. You get extra points for that, dude. 69 has been uttered. We need to make a list of these bids. I know, right? All right, Chris Dehan is in the room with 69. Hopping back into the countdown with, we stopped at 5. We're going to start again at 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm marking it 000 to mark it as sold, and sold. All right, let me scroll up real quick, make sure that I got the right person. I believe it is Chris Dehan with the 69. Traditionary 69. Please, everybody, congratulate Chris Dehan for that. That was amazing. That was a lot of drama. That was a lot of drama. Fatang says, "Grats." Very, very cool. I was scrolling up to make sure that that was the correct one. I'm scrolling up on my thing here, and sure enough, it was 69. It was 64, and then it was 69. So, yep, everything's all good. Maurice says, congrats. Ken says, congrats. Awesome, awesome. Writing it down right now for our good friend Chris. And then remember, Chris, you can always write to me, and you can tell me right now in the chat if you want, or you can tell me when you send your PayPal over whether or not you want this to lean a little bit more not safe for work or keep it just the way it is. Totally cool. Christiane says, woo, thank you. Awesome, awesome. Night Phoenix says, congrats. Awesome. You guys are great. The next piece, I'm going to keep this safe over here for you. I'm going to make sure I write your name on the back. And when you send me that note about safe for work or not, then I'll write that on the back too. So that way I keep some good notes. Nothing gets mixed up. All right, the next piece up is the 3 hats. The 3 magical hats. We'll start the bidding on that right now. That'll run till 12:15, and then we'll do a 10-second countdown on that. Some person says, "Okay, the next spell is Expelliarmus." Oh my God, I can't put a Coke on that. Dude. Kevin says, "Coke on that ass? Are we in the 80s?" Maurice says, "I'll buy that for $1." Maurice in the room with $1. Thanks, dude. I'll write that down. Unfortunately, no. Personally, I prefer Pepsi, says some person. Kevin in the room with 3. Thanks, dude. Paul says, come on, what's next in the box? 7 bid. Thanks, Paul. Lucky 7. I see Chris Dehan says, 4 loco bid. You know what? You're already beat with the 7, but I'm going to write down your 4 anyway because it's worthy. It is worthy. Fatang with $6.90. It's already beat, but the 69 is in there. I see it. I see it. And it counts. I write it down out of respect. Kevin says, "Oh, that's evil, Paul." Paul got in there with the lucky 7. Night Phoenix says 10 to get in, 10 bid. Thanks, dude. Night Phoenix with the bid of the moment. Some person says, Treebeard, Gandalf, take your time with them. No need to be hasty. Maurice says 8 ball in the corner pocket bid. Wiz is an excellent bid. It's already been beat by Night Phoenix. Phoenix has got 10, but I respect your bid, dude. Paul says George Clooney, Ocean 11 bid. Perfect. Dude, these are the best. Kevin says, what's in this mystery box? Pay me to find out. Chris Dehan in the room with Friday the 13th bid. Love it. Paul says Saturday the 14th bid. You get an extra point for that. That's cool. Ken says in Vietnam, I was 19 bid. Totally valid. Thank you, Ken. Thank you for your bid service. Maurice says quarter bid. That's a 25. Maurice in here with 25. Thanks, Maurice. It's a quarter bid, my friend. Chris Dehan says blackjack 21 bid, but it's still beat by the 25. He's got the quarter in there. I'll still write it down, though. I like blackjack. Kevin says that's deep. Paul says 28 days later bid. Excellent. That's how you do it. Ken says the Wayback Machine. Yep. Night Phoenix with the 30 Days of Night bid. Huh? I love the movie references. Ken in the room with Expedition 33 bid. Awesome. All right, we got less than 1 minute. These are so fun, dude. It's like the time goes by a little quick. I wasn't even looking up at the clock. Chris Dehan in the room with 34. The Triple D bid. Totally valid. Kevin says, All right, the time is up. It's time for a 10-second countdown. Let me hop on out into the pop-out chat so we can do this. Oh, got an interruption already. Paul in the room. Oh, 40-year-old virgin bid. Perfect. All right, starting that countdown at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, we do have an interruption. Chris Dehan in the house with 42. Thanks, dude. Yeah, this is a big piece, man. It's good. All right, 42 in the house. Starting the countdown again at 3, 2, 1. And going to mark it 000 as sold. Oh, we got an interruption. Ken in the house with the Colt 45. Thanks, brother. Awesome. All right, hopping back in the chat, we're going to start it at 3 again. So starting at 3, 2, 1. Marking it 000 to mark it as sold, and all right, let me scroll up real quick, make sure nothing got missed. Looks like Ken. Ken, dude, you're the winner. I got to write your name down on this. Please, everybody, congratulate Ken. That was good. Good little drama at the end there. Write it down, Ken. Colt 45. Kevin says, congrats. Awesome, awesome. Patang says the answer to life is 42 bid. Oh, I was about to say this, but Chris beat me to it. Some person says Gandalf, so your tower or mine? Ken says thanks. Thank you, Ken. That's awesome, dude. Christiane says nice. Congratulations. All right, let me put Ken's name on the back of this one. And Ken, if you want to, you can let me know. You can let me know now in the chat if you want. If you want to lean this a little bit more, not safe for work, or keep it just the way it is right here. And I'll write that note on the back here, and I will put this away for you, my friend, so it's nice and safe. We got a lot of pieces to catch up on. I am super excited, bro. It's gonna be good. All right, let me put that there. Let's see, it's almost 2 minutes to 12:20. Courtney says not safe for work. Excellent. Excellent choice. There we go. I'm going to sit this down here, make sure we keep that safe. Very good. Thank you, Courtney. Paul says, I almost outbid myself just to get the pun in. Hell yeah. It's worth it, dude. These are so funny, man. I love these. Kevin says, Courtney, you are the best. She is, dude. All right, and this is our big piece of the evening. This is our Thanksgiving tribute with Mercy as Betty Page and Nira X as the turkey. And we even have a little ENX down here, a nice little tribute to Chet down at the bottom. So I think that's a good idea. This is a good piece. This is a good piece. I love this. You guys are awesome. All right, let's see. It's 12:20, so this is going to be till 12:25. We'll run it till then, and we'll do the same 10-second countdown like always. And we will go from there, my friends. Some person says, a normal Thanksgiving at Betty Page's house. We have photographic evidence of Thanksgiving at Betty Page's house. A real cornucopia of creativity, says Christy Ann. This is a good food fight. This is good. Got her buns sitting in a bowl of warm buns. All right, we'll let this go until 12:25, and then we'll go ahead and do a 10-second countdown on that. Let's see. Chris Dehan says two buck chuck bid. Chris Dehan with 2. Thanks, dude. Paul in the room with Bo Derek 10 bid. Excellent reference. Brought out the Bo Derek 10. Yes. Kevin says, where's my bid? Fatang says, cheaper by the dozen bid. All right, Fatang for 12. Thanks, man. Christiane says, dial it up to 11 bid. Well, you already got beat by Fatang, but I like that one. I like that one. The dirty dozen bid. Well, we already got Fatang in here for the dozen, so I already got beat on that front, but I'm still going to write it down, dude. I respect your bid. I respect your time. Paul says Fortnite 14 bid. Close enough. I love the alliteration. We're good. 100% acceptable. Fatang says, I like that one. Agreed. Got 3 more minutes left. Kevin in the house. 16-inch on center bid. Acceptable. In the house with 16. Got less than 3 minutes left to go. Some person says Bill will also accept numbers that aren't in titles. Yeah, I like the alliteration. It's like you made it work. Christiane says driver's license at 16 bid. Unfortunately, already got beat by Kevin. Kevin's already in for 16. Kevin said, that makes me a stud. Chris Dehan in the room with 17 bid to life. Yes. Fatang for 15 years. Ah, dang it. Too late. Paul says Michael Jordan 23 bid. Ah, nice. Nicely done. Chris Dehan in the house with 25. Thanks, dude. Loving it. Less than 2 minutes left to go. You guys came up with like so many good ideas, dude. This has been a fun Saturday. Kevin in the house with 32. Shaq 32 bid. Perfect. Less than 1 minute left to go. Kevin says, it's a big bid. It is certainly a tall bid. Night Phoenix says 35 in the live. It rhymed. It's good. I accept. Christiane with 34, but a little bit too late. Christiane says, no, 37. So Christiane in the room with 37. Thank you, dude. Fatang says, I don't know any basketball players. All right, Chris, looks like you've got the largest bid in the room at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and hop on out and do the 10-second countdown now. Guys are getting some really good deals this week. This is good. This is what it's all about, man. It's about hanging out. It's about having some fun, coming up with some crazy stuff. All right, going to start the 10-second countdown now. Let's see, 37 for Chris. And let's begin with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, we got an interruption. Paul in the house. Jackie Robinson, 42 bid. Nicely done. All right, Paul, in here for 42. Thanks, dude. Chris Dehan says big gulp 44 bid. I like it. Got that down. Night Phoenix in the room with 45. Now you do have to type bid next to your number for it to be official. That is the only rule that we have. So You got to type the word bid next to your number. Kevin says B52 bids away. Chris Dehan said 47 bid, already outbid by Kevin. Oh, Chris Dehan in the room with 55 bid. Thanks, dude. Chris Dehan with the speed limit. Paul couldn't think of a pun for 48 in time, already outbid by Chris Dehan. He's got 55. Night Phoenix, 50, already got outbid. Paul in the room with Heinz, 57. Chris Dehan in the room with 59. Awesome. Kevin said 59 Impala bid, but Chris Dehan came in first. Paul in the room with Route 66 bid. I love it. 66. Yep. Kevin says 60. See, 69. Thank you very much, my friend. Got to stick with tradition around here. Kevin says 69 bid. Drool. Oh, Chris Dehan outbidding you with 69 cents. Are you going to let that happen? For 69 cents. All right. Chris Dehan is in the room with 69.69. That's double tradition. I'm hopping out to the regular chat. Oh, we got Paul in a room with the 76ers. Nicely done. The 76ers. All right, hopping out now to do the 10-second countdown. You guys will help me keep track of things as we got it here, because I'm outside of the normal chats. We're starting with 9, 8, 7. Up, Chris Dehan in the room. Oh, a little bit too late, Chris. He said 71, but he's already been beat by Paul with 76. We got the 76. Oh, Chris Dehan says, no, I meant 77. Chris Dehan is in the room with 77. Excellent. All right, continuing the countdown. We stopped at 7. We're going to start at 6. Chris Dehan is currently at 77, so we're starting with 6, 5, 4, 3, and we do have an interruption at the 3 mark. Paul, 88 miles per hour. You're going to see some serious shit. Kevin in the house with 80.08 with the boob bid, but it was a little bit too late. He says, sorry, Courtney. It was too late. All right, Paul in the room with 88. He went back in time and outbid you like that quick with a flux capacitor. All right, starting the countdown again at 3, because we are at the 3-second mark. So 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to mark it sold with a 000 and see what happens. This might be Paul's. Sold. All right, let me scroll up just to be sure. What we got is what we got. Yeah, I believe so. Please, everybody, congratulate Paul, because his flux capacitor is flexing at 88 miles an hour. That's awesome, dude. Perfect, dude. I'm going to write your name on the back of this one, Paul. Make sure this one is yours. And Paul, if you want to let me know now in the chat, if you want it to be like leaned over a little bit more, not safe for work, or keep it just the way it is, or you can tell me like when you send over your PayPal and whatever. So that's totally cool. Either way, that way I can put a little note on the back, and that'll help me stay organized. Let me hop back over to to our regular chat now. Kevin says, congrats. Awesome. Ken says he made the boob bid, though. He did make the boob bid. He did honor, because that is a solid tradition by our own resident cyber angel, Malika. Hell yeah. Ken says, I thought he did. Never mind. He did make the bid. It just wasn't in time. He got it. He was outbid already. Chris Dehan says, congrats to Paul. Very cool. Courtney saying, congratulations. Very cool. Congrats. Fatang says, the Back to the Future reference. Priceless. Paul says, food fight, wet dream. Hell yeah. Paul says, I think it's awesome like that. Perfect, dude. Yep, I'll keep it just like this. Put a little note on the back just to be sure. All right, let me put tonight's bounty up on the table, so that way we know what we got for tonight. Excellent. So we got a little bit of everything there. That's cool. Kevin says, "Do it." Fatang says, "I could hear Christopher Lloyd scream 88 miles per hour." Yeah, I know. I can't even think it without his voice in my head. Night Phoenix says, "Congrats. I almost fell asleep." No, don't fall asleep. Actually, I'm going to have a snack, and then I'm going to go to sleep. This was a good night, guys. This is a really, really fun night. I appreciate you guys. Night Phoenix says, "Oh, during the bidding." I know, it's like sometimes it's a fast 5 minutes, and sometimes it's the longest 5 minutes of your life. You never know how it's going to go. Oh, let me turn off the little thingy here. We don't need to have that thing going. We're good. Well, I appreciate you guys. I mean, see, I'm slurring. It's time for me to have a snack. I need to have a snack, scroll on my phone for a couple minutes, and get some sleep. It's been a good weekend. I hope everybody did have a good Saturday. Hope that you enjoyed like the rest of your weekend. Have a good Sunday, and of course, Thanksgiving. Hope you get some free food from somebody's house on Thursday. Kevin says, "At least it's not like eBay bidding." I know, right? Yeah, this is just a nice friendly ribbing of the friends. It's nice. It's all good. Patang says, "Happy Thanksgiving to all." Absolutely, dude. And yeah, I'm just go ahead. I'm gonna play our outro. Yeah, I think I need a little snack, a little snack time. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it an evening. And let me see here. Look at that. I got buttons. I got buttons I could hit. Look, like and subscribe. All right, guys. I had a lot of fun. The plan is that we'll be back again next Saturday and do it all over again. And I hope you guys have a good one. And we'll see each other again very soon, as soon as I have a snack and some sleep. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.
Good night, Seattle.